99% APR on certified pre-owned Hondas for qualified buyers.
So come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $22.07 per hour and other select jobs starting at $23.77 per hour, with wages growing up to $29.71 per hour. Continental also has salaried jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order online now from the new Wingstop located at 5001 O Street.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealership, is hosting their annual sprayer clinic at the Buffalo County Fairgrounds in Kearney, Nebraska, February 2nd and 3rd. Landmark Sprayer Clinic offers expansive equipment and technology training on different models of John Deere and Hagee sprayers. Learn about the newest technology, machine maintenance, spray tip selection, and more. We'll be offering free dicamba certification. Join us February 2nd and 3rd in Kearney. RSVP by calling your local Landmark location or at landmarkimp.com/events.
Please enjoy these next few moments of relaxation from Scott and Greg at Mendoza Family Insurance. If you would like to feel this relaxed about your home, auto, business, life, or commercial property insurance, please give Scott or Greg a call today at Mendoza Family Insurance.
Hey, it's Nelson. Have you stopped by the newest Caterpillar Vapes location? It's here in Lincoln at 2601 North 11th Street and offers you the largest selection of premium e-juice, CBD, and Delta 8 in the capital city. Let the Caterpillar Vapes team walk you through all your options and find the perfect fit for you. Lowest prices? Guaranteed. Stock up and save and experience the difference for yourself. Returning Caterpillar customers grab rewards and amazing weekly deals, and new Caterpillar customers get 50% off their entire first purchase. Come in or use the drive-thru. Find them on Facebook or visit CaterpillarVapes.com.
Welcome to Riffin with Raff and AD, coming to you live from the Koppel Chevrolet GMC studios. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Now here's former Huskers, Chris Raff and Aaron Davis.
You're getting down. Look at him. We're gonna have a funky good time.
Back from the land of Lincoln, back in the city of Lincoln, Nebraska.
Man, it's good to be back, man.
Good to see you.
It's good to be seen, brother, because I'm going to tell you, man, travel is good right now. And what I mean by good is that I can do it again. You know, it's not behind a Zoom. I'm behind a monitor, behind a Zoom call or something like that again, man. So it's good to be back on the road. What's up, man? I mean, you look, Preston did a heck of a job last week, man.
It was fun. It was good to hear from him. And he's on Candy right now on Hulu. So
what's Candy about?
It's about some lady, I believe, in the 80s that murdered some church lady. This is very kind of what I read. Preston's kind of like, that's not even close. But Jessica Biel's in it. And I saw that he posted a picture on his Instagram that he's wearing some very tight shorts. He looked like a PE teacher or something like that.
Like old school, like biker shorts, like the bike shorts, the babies.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, looks like that'll be a pretty good little show there. I haven't had a chance to catch it yet, but yeah, Preston's doing good. And I see that Ozempic commercial on at least 5 times a week still. So Preston's living the life out there in California.
Okay, bro. Okay. Here's a question I got for you though, man. I was just kind of scanning the news wires and things today. I didn't realize a jockey could get suspended from the Kentucky Derby. Did you see that today, bro? The jockey for the what was the horse that won? Something Wire. The horse that won, it was Straight Wire, something like that. You know, Bob Wire, whatever his name was.
Oh, the one from 2 years ago.
No, the one that won, the horse that won the Kentucky Derby just last Saturday. Yes, he was 80 to 1's odds.
Oh, and he got suspended?
The jockey got suspended.
Performance enhancing steroids? Or was
no, it was something because
did he whip the horse too much?
It was how he was not driving. It was how he was riding the horse or something like that. I'm thinking I didn't even know you can get suspended like that. And I knew horses get DQ'd. I did know that, you know, because of the horse, you know, obviously, you know, the drugs, obviously, like the one a couple years ago. But I didn't know the jockey could.
I think they have like rules now how many times you can like whip the horse on, because the way that horse was running at the end of the race, it might have been like maybe over aggressive because he took off. That last furlong was insane. It might be one of the greatest.
80 to 1.
Have you seen the video of the end of it?
Oh, when he went after that other horse.
Oh, no, at the end of the race when he came up through the pack, and the over the top view is pretty amazing. I mean, that horse, I mean, there's no way coming into the final turn.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, that horse is out of it. All of a sudden he just goes right through the crowd and boom.
I need to check that out because I'm not a big horse racing guy. I mean, I watch it like literally once a year when they do the Kentucky Derby. What's the next one? The Stakes or whatever they call it?
Yeah.
What's that second one?
Preakness, and then the Belmont.
Yep. You know, so I'll check those out just for the once a year thing. But you know, the names always crack me up, man. Of the horses. You know what I would name my horse? That boy good. Name that movie. Name that movie.
Let me see. Coming to America.
Oh man, hey. That boy good. That boy good around the corner. That boy good. Oh, that boy is good. He's going around the corner. That boy good. Folks, the winner today is that boy good. As always, you can text or on your favorite Coming to America line or see. Make sure to probably remember you're on the air at the Honda Lincoln hotline at 402-464-5685 or the Sartor Heyman text line 402-464-5685. Other news and going on in the sports. We got a great show for them tonight. We got shortly coming in. Our good friend Jason Hutchinson is going to talk about, you know, kind of the things in the golf world here in Lincoln, as far as municipal courses, etc. And then we got one of the greatest tight ends, blocking tight ends.
The greatest blocking tight end.
And it wasn't just me. That's his former coach. That's Coach Brown said that he was the best tight end, greatest top blocking tight end we've had in Nebraska. That's William Washington is going to join us for the second hour. But Raff, here's another thing I want to talk about, man. I got all sorts of things I want to talk about. Do you think, because yesterday the NCAA goes on and said they're looking to do something to try to create some of the rules and regulations for NIL. Good luck. Remember, man, that movie Taken 2? Remember Taken 2? Liam Neeson, he goes, the guy goes, good luck.
It was Taken 1, but
Taken 1.
Who's keeping track?
Yeah, it was
keeping track.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what.
What do they do?
I read up a little bit about it, and they were talking about how they're trying to shut down the boosters because what did they think was going to happen? The boosters, of course, were going to find a way to give money. And right now, like the booster down in Miami, like you said, all my stuff is legit. I'm hiring these kids. I'm submitting it the way it's supposed to be done.
Mm-hmm.
So who did they think were going to be the people that were paying these athletes? It was going to be the boosters. Like you're, for instance, not going to go to Iowa. Well, maybe I'll leave Iowa out. You might have a nephew playing there, but you're not going to go to Minnesota and hire one of their kids to work for you to promote your book, for instance.
Right.
If you're going to do it, you're going to find somebody from Nebraska because that's who you support. That is exactly from the get-go what I was saying. I was like, you cannot put it like this because it's the wild, wild west. It's going to be like that. The genie's out of the bottle, and that's the way it's going to be. I just don't see any other way around it unless you come out with some sort of pay system or some people said salary cap, but you can't do salary cap either now because you've got too many. NIL was meant to help college athletes.
Yes.
And I hope that they realized to help all college athletes, not just the star college athletes, because
But that's how it's going right now.
yeah, it's
A guy like me that played in Nebraska, NIL, I wouldn't have got a dime.
maybe from maybe from Runza. Runza might have NIL sponsored you because you saved them many thousands of dollars in free Runzas.
Some of you don't. I'll let Raff tell some of the story. Here's the. I'm gonna
tell the story, AD.
Here's the story, y'all.
The world needs to hear this.
Here's the story. Okay, folks. One of my only catches when I played football in Nebraska. All right. Here's what happened. This hurts to say it, man. Nebraska, we would have passed for 200 yards in a game, which was a rarity ever at Nebraska to pass for more than 200 yards because we rushed the ball like crazy back there at that time.
A lot of running.
When I got in the game, I always said, Coach Oswald, I called it the 30-30 rule, bro. 30-30. Nebraska's up 30 points. There's 30 seconds left. I got to play. You know what I'm saying? Saturdays was a day of rest for me. All right, I was a scout team guy. Saturdays was a day of rest. I was eating hot dogs, nachos, everything on the sideline. I'm looking at homies and saying, "What's up, dog? What's up? What's up, Hutch? What's up, Barry?" I was saying, "What's up" to everybody, and then I'd get in the game. I'd be full. I was 3 hot dogs in. So we had 100. I get the call. I catch. I think it's like a slant route or something like that, slant post or deep end. I caught the ball.
Nebraska had 180 yards at the time when the pass was thrown.
I catch the ball. But you know what, folks? It was like slow motion because I grew up as a kid 3 miles from the stadium. And when Nebraska would score, I would hear, and as I'm getting the ball, I'm up demonstrating right now in the studio, y'all, so you're not watching. I'm literally, I'm running down the field, and I'm thinking, and I turn around, and the ball was coming towards me. It was like, dung, 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 dung. Doom, 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 doom. It was like slow motion, and the ball took forever to get there. I catch the ball, and the turf monster got a brother. You know what I'm saying? A turf monster got a brother because I was trying to take it to his house, but the turf monster got me. I land. We passing for 199 yards. As Coach Osborne tells the story, and as Coach Brown tells the story, I cheated the entire state of Nebraska out of Runzas.
You deserve NIL.
From Runza?
Yes.
I would totally do it.
You.
I would totally do it. They owe me because they was about to get slammed after that game.
There was about ready to be 75,000 free Runzas coming their way. And you got to believe like the owner of Runzas like sitting there watching that game going, "Come on, Turf Monster."
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Turf Monster.
He did it.
I mean, it would have been, instead of Temperature Tuesday, it would have been like AD Monday.
You know, going seriously back to the NIL, I think if our listeners out there, if you've ever opened toothpaste up and just squeezed it completely out of the tube, now try to put it back in. That's where we're at with the NIL right now. It's messy. It's sticky. There's no rules. I mean, it's all over the place. There's no checks. There's no balances. And the thing about it is, if the NCAA would have listened to folks that we both know and said, "Hey, here's a way to lay this out in the way that there's checks and balances, in a way it's as evenly distributed as possible." Because again, when you're looking at NIL money, it's name, image, and likeness, obviously. Well, if you're the starter, your name, image, and likeness is going to be on programs, on cups, on commercials, on posters. You're going to get more exposure than the guys like me who didn't have that. But there were plans out there, but the NCAA, as many times they have, took forever. The NCAA is like trying to turn a cruise ship around. Good luck. Entrepreneurs, the folks that are hopping on NIL with these different companies, they're speedboats because they've seen the change. The Supreme Court made the change, and boom, they made the change. The NCAA now, I'm not going to say always, it's a blanket statement. A lot of times they're a day late and $1 short. Bottom line, they do this all the time. So therefore, these schools, these programs, and Nebraska, in my opinion, is one of the ones who's handled it in the best way so far. And I can't speak for all schools, but I know we've done a great job of trying to mitigate and handle this as best we possibly can. I know just listening to Brandon Stein today on the Captain Show. VJ, what's up, baby? Great interview with Big Boy Stein, big brother right there, too. Shout out to my former teammates. Brandon Stein mentioned that there's 2 classes. He doesn't know if they're required or not. I would personally say I think they should be required, talking about finance, the tax implications of things of that nature. I just don't know. I don't know how we mitigate it now, man.
And then I was wondering too, how, I guess, since the playing in different states and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know, do they have to pay taxes in the different states like professional players do? I'm not sure how that works either.
What do you think?
Yeah, it needed to happen, but like you said, cat's out of the bag. I don't know. It is just getting crazy now. You're getting these new terms coming up, like NIL tampering is getting thrown around now.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Like USC was getting involved in that. So it's getting crazy. And I think that's why the NCAA was like so hesitant to do it. And then when they finally let go, they're like, okay, it's your problem now. Hands off. We're not touching it.
Right.
So they should have just slowly implemented it, but because they just let go all at once, it's just getting crazy. So we'll see what happens. It's going to take like a solid 5 years before we see this thing get tuned up and tweaked.
You know what's funny too is one positive about this whole NIL and the transfer portal and all this is Mr. Raiola commits to Ohio State a couple nights ago, and my first thought is, well, it's still 2 years out. Maybe I'll pull a Quinn Ewers and he can be at Nebraska in 2 years. I mean, it's sad that we think that way because back in the day when they signed their letter of intent, it was like, all right, they're done. They're going to Oklahoma. They're going to Nebraska. And that was the end of the story once they signed. Now in this new world, 2 years out, they're saying they're going somewhere. And my first thought is, well, maybe a great NIL deal will come along for him and maybe change his mind. You know, it's just a crazy world. I don't like the way the college football is going. I hope, in 3 to 5 years when we look back that the necessary changes are made, because if not, I'm just afraid the way we're going, it's going to be very ugly scenery here in about 3 to 5 years. It scares me.
I tell you what, there's a lot that's going to keep a lot of us talking there's going to be a lot of information to digest and talk about that for years to come. But I think you're right. I think 3 to 5 years we'll have some data and we'll be able to see patterns, what worked, what didn't work. But I think there's going to be a lot of carnage. I think there's going to be a lot of carnage with this deal because it's unregulated and it's the wild, wild west. I tell you what, we're going to take a break. We're going to take a break, pay some bills. And our second hour, our first hour, folks, our guests, we have Jason Hutchinson coming in. Hutchie is, as we call him, it sits on a number of boards for the Lincoln Municipal Golf Courses. So we're going to talk everything golf, even how it relates to Husker football and how sometimes when the Huskers aren't doing as well, golf does better because they want to go golf rather than watch the game. So it's all about the greens, but a different green. This is Riffin with Raff and AD. We'll be right back after we pay some bills.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealership, is hosting their annual sprayer clinic at the Buffalo County Fairgrounds in Kearney, Nebraska, February 2nd and 3rd. Landmark Sprayer Clinic offers expansive equipment and technology training on different models of John Deere and Hagee sprayers. Learn about the newest technology, machine maintenance, spray tip selection, and more. We'll be offering free dicamba certification. Join us February 2nd and 3rd in Kearney. RSVP by calling your local Landmark location or at landmarkimp.com/events.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, hot, humid, and breezy. Might see a stray storm later today. We'll see a high of about 93. Tonight, mostly clear with a low near 71. And tomorrow, another hot day with a chance of some afternoon thunderstorms. We'll see a high of around 94. I'm meteorologist Kyle Kleckner for 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com.
Spring is here. Are you giving your yard the best chance at being healthy and green? Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn to get your sprinklers ready to go for the season if they haven't been working properly. They're also scheduling installs for new sprinkler systems if you don't have one. So make sure you contact them early to get a bid as soon as possible. Plus, they're your one place to go for 5-step fertilizer and pesticide application and lawn aeration. Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn today at 402-413-1215.
Are you sick of mindlessly running on a treadmill or the lack of motivation to consistently work out? Whatever your challenge, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping can help. Whether you want to lose weight, boost energy, or simply improve your overall health, you'll fit right in at Farrell's regardless of age or abilities. Build endurance with their kickboxing and strength training group fitness classes while also getting nutrition coaching. Try Farrell's now for a free week. Visit fxblincoln.com or call Jeff at 402-310-4026. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
Hey, Mom. Yeah, I got in a crash. I'm okay. I was wearing my seatbelt.
People count on you to buckle up.
Click it or ticket. Brought to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Springtime is here, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams. From treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway.
Hey, it's Nelson. Isn't it a great feeling when a company has your budget in mind instead of trying to squeeze it all out of you? That's why Caterpillar Vapes has been voted a fan favorite among premium e-juice, CBD, and Delta 8 customers year after year. And now they're here in Lincoln. Returning customers are always enjoying weekly deals and perks, and new Caterpillar Vapes customers get 50% off their entire first purchase. A company that cares about their customers. Crazy, right? In a hurry? Try the drive-thru. Caterpillar Vapes, 2601 North 11th Street, and online at caterpillarvapes.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it's been a great start here to the year as 2022 new inventory continues to roll in. Our pre-owned lot remains full, and we are selling at a record pace. I was just down at Koppel talking about a new order for myself, and they let me know I can actually start ordering a 2023 here later this spring. So stop on in to get your new 2022, your pre-owned vehicle, or maybe talk about ordering here for 2023. Check them out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Now back to Riffin with Raff and AD on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back. The quickest 2 hours of the week. Riffin with Raff and AD, and we are now joined by the great one, Jason Hutchinson, affectionately known as Hutch.
Or Hutchy Poo.
Let's go, Hutch. Let's go, Hutch. Let's go, Hutchy Poo.
Hi, everybody. How's it going?
Hey,
That's an introduction.
remember that song by Chub Rock? Everybody's called the Chubster. The Chubster. We're going to say the Hutchster. The Hutchster. The Hutchster.
Or Hutch.
Harris is going, okay, here we go. These old guys.
These old guys. Get the old guys out of here.
Hutch, it's great to see you in the studio, brother.
Hey, thanks for having me.
I mean, you're looking good. You look. This is also a shameless plug for one of our other, for our other teammates. Jeff and Nicole Essick at FXB. Folks, I'm gonna tell you a little background. Me and Hutch go back literally 30 years. Actually, over 30 years. It's about 35 years. We're about 13 and 14 years old. So, yeah, good gosh, we're getting old, bro.
Telling people how old we are.
Yeah. Harris is like, yeah, dude, you guys are old. So, we go back all those years. Series of events. Obviously, we've been buddies for a long time. I was like, Hutch, come check out this gym. I want you to share the story real fast because there's maybe some of you out there. And if you're not listening to Jeff and Nicole show on Sundays from 9-11, Fitness Fanatics, definitely check them out. I know that's sometimes a time of worship for those their churchgoers, etc. But you also download the app and listen to them on the radio as well. Hutch is one of those. Our guest tonight is one of those who just didn't attend the class. He attended the class and then just went bonkers with it. I mean, it's literally a transformation. Even just looking at you across here, just your face, your arms, everything else you just cut. There may be some of you out there listening that are like, man, you know that you probably got to be doing something with physical fitness, etc. Whether it's walking, whether it's running, whether it's weights, whatever it may be. We're all on different paths. What I am going to say is do something, though. Do something. This is, as you know, I've shared the story before. If you haven't listened, you're talking to a guy that literally was diagnosed with cancer last year. By the grace of God, they removed all of it. I'm doing good. Got my checkup coming again here next week, which is always kind of a little nerve-wracking, give or take. But nevertheless, Hutch, you came and took that approach. Why did you start? Not just because I asked you to go, but what made you say, you know what, enough's enough?
Well, I have a young son who's sitting in the other room.
I know,
and
money.
He definitely is my motivation. But I was just not where I should have been for who I want to be. I was pushing 200 pounds.
Are you serious, dog?
Yeah. When I did my last physical, the doctor said, when you first started ferals, is what we're talking about. you came in, did a physical, and you weighed 198, and on my last physical I weighed 168. So my doctor said, whatever you're doing, keep it up. And so,
I'm golfing.
Lots of golfing, not as much as I want right now, but yeah, it was life altering. It more energy, stronger, improved my golf game.
Your trunk changed, man.
Yep. Flexibility, more energy from my son.
Yeah,
was the big thing. So I can go play with him and not get tired and not get outran by him and sitting there gasping for air. So I started the program about 3 years ago, like I said, and when COVID hit is when I first started teaching strength, and now I'm teaching kickboxing, also part of it. So
that is crazy impressive, because Harrison, understand this, bro. I mean, you have a guy that was most likely at least 25 pounds overweight. Okay. Because like I said, he's 168 now, started at 198. Then he starts teaching strength training on our Tuesday and Thursdays class. Then he starts teaching kickboxing. I've been doing it for 10 years off and on. I'm not teaching nothing, brother, because I'm the one in the back and playing like, man, are y'all crazy? They always talk something. He don't even take water in there.
No.
Ralph, you don't either.
Water's for the weak.
I'm a weak. Hey, you know what? I'm very weak.
Actually, water is very important to do.
Yeah, drink water, everyone.
Yeah, drink water a lot.
I don't know how you guys do it though, man.
I think I take a drink before I leave for the gym, and then I have one when I get back, and then 45 minutes, game on.
Ain't no way, bro.
That's right.
Glass of water in the morning when I wake up, pre-workout, gym.
Harrison, I'm in the back working out, like just dousing myself with water.
if you want to call it working out.
I'm back there singing, "Don't go chasing waterfalls."
I mean, after his like 15 drinks, his 3 Instagram videos that he makes.
Actually, 4.
And boom, another class complete.
I love it.
There is no tomorrow, Rock. There is no tomorrow.
Oh my goodness.
Hutch, you know, we brought you in.
Talk about golf.
Talk about golf, and just also as relates to Husker football. We're gonna bring that in. Just Husker sports in general. How did you get started playing golf? When did the bug bite you?
I mean, I've been golfing probably 15 years now, as evident by my game, but compared to the people that play forever. Yeah, right. I wish. You know, I just had some friends who were like, hey, you should come check this sport out and see what you think. And I was like, oh, that's going to be easy. And, you know, like I go out there and I try it and I'm like, whoa, this is incredibly challenging.
Yeah.
And it wasn't challenging in that I felt challenged to beat my friends. It was the challenge to improve myself and be better at something.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is the love of golf,
is
self-improvement and just trying to do better.
Absolutely.
Like trying to shoot a better score, trying to have better contact, have a better swing. You know, golf is a constant search for perfection that you will never get, but the quest is there. And that for me is what I love about golf, is that quest for perfection that I know I won't get, but I'll get a glimmer of it here and there. And it just keeps me hooked.
It is the most addictive sport I ever played. And people ask me right now, like, if you could choose any sport you've been a pro in, would have been? I said, I've been pro golfer. I mean, not skill wise by any stretch of that, but I'm saying that if I could, football. Now, granted, you make a ton of money in football. I mean, wrong. I'm going to admit that. But you ain't getting hurt on the golf course unless somebody don't yell for. You know, I mean, a back or something like that, of course, with Tiger. But it's a game to, I probably would say pro ball too, maybe a little bit here and there. But to me, the longevity.
That was the word I was going to use, the longevity.
Yep.
You can do it from a wee little tyke until you're 90, 100 years old.
As long as you can still swing the club.
Yep.
And that's all that matters.
And we know that old man golf is deadly.
Oh, dude.
Right down the fairway.
Yep.
Right down the fairway.
150,
right down the fairway.
Yep.
Par. So,
and they rarely 3-putt.
And you know, that's smart golf.
Yeah, it is.
That's not what I play.
No. I tend to play the polar opposite.
Right. Me too.
I like to play in the trees.
So as you have been, I'm pulling my notes up here. Your role right now, Lincoln Municipal Golf Board at large member, and on the facilities and subcommittees for 3 years now.
Yep.
how does that work? Tell me, like, so what does a regular meeting look like for that?
So we show up. There's members from Parks and Rec. There's members from the Lincoln Men's Golf Association, the Women's Golf Association, the Seniors Association. There's 2 at-large members. I'm trying to think. There's all the main superintendent, Casey, and then all the golf pros are part of the board. So we show up, we check in, basically do roll call, approve the minutes from the previous meeting, and then we get into business. And so we first get our rounds reports to see how many rounds have been played during the previous month. We look at the financials to see how the courses are doing currently, where the money is, where the CIP money is. I think one thing that a lot of people don't realize is that although golf is a part of Parks and Rec does not pay for golf.
Oh, wow.
Golf is a self-funded activity here in the city. So
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So the rounds that are played, the green fees that you're paying, all that money is going back into the courses.
That individual course, or it's spread out amongst all the courses?
It's spread out amongst all the courses, but it's going back into the courses to do some of those improvement things. There's also the CIP money. So
what's CIP money?
So CIP is that kind of that extra quarter that they charge you at the course. So that goes in for big projects. So right now, Pioneers Park is redoing all the irrigation. Right. CIP money pays for that. When we need to redo the
words, greens or some fairways,
yeah,
cart
paths,
cart
paths. When the cart paths need to be redone, that's going to come out of CIP money. So
got to give a shout out to some of our golf. We had so many golf buddies out there, but just as far as John there at the Highlands, we got Scotty at Holmes and John. I'm sorry, John at Pioneers. I met John at Pioneers. Yeah. He's like, dude, I don't work there. I just talked to him on the phone. My bad, bro. My bad. So let's see. So okay, so that extra quarter. So the changes they've made at Pioneers, how close are they to being done? Because I know that par 3 is getting changed up too, right?
Yeah. So hopefully, we were hoping for more moisture during the wintertime, and
we getting it now, bro.
We are getting it now. Yeah. So that's helpful. But I think we were told possibly June, the end of June.
Okay.
That hole number, what is it, 5, I think, that they redid.
So which hole is that?
Yeah.
5. Because that water used to just run and just sit.
Oh yeah, it was terrible.
It was terrible down there.
One of the things is on the facilities committee, that was one of the things that we got to have input on.
Really?
So we got to go out, look at kind of different ways to lay the hole out, and then make suggestions to say, hey, we would like to see it laid out this way. There was the big hullabaloo about losing the tree. So
yeah, man, watch out. Just at least trim it. Just give it a fade. Like a brother goes to the barbershop and gets a fade. Just give a nice little fade. Tighten
it's still there. It's still there. So
I know, but man, that thing is like right in the middle.
Well, I mean, for the long bombers, it might prove, difficult. So that tree might come into play. But for, the people that are hitting a, 230, 240, 250 drive, I think.
I haven't played Pioneer. Well, I was telling Raff, I've only played twice this year so far.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to get it in though soon. But the last time we played Pioneers, in fact, they had that hole as a par 3 because they were trying to fix it. But I was looking at the layout. Obviously the grass was, all brown at that time.
Right.
That was how long ago we play, right?
I don't think you want to disclose this on radio right now, AD, what we did.
We're just going to say we saw it.
You saw it.
Possibly played it from others, but no,
might have gave it a test run.
You got to coordinate. What movie is that, Harrison? Oh, you got to coordinate. What movie, Raff?
Hutch.
I don't know.
That one right there was Boomerang. Also Eddie Murphy. Remember his dad got to coordinate. So we did play that. We just coordinated it wrong, but that was neither here nor there.
We gave it a shot.
We gave it a shot. So you think about that hole right there. That's going to be a beautiful. I haven't seen it. Is it greened up now?
It's going to be, it's greening up really nice. And, we wanted to get it done at the same time as getting the irrigation system put in. So everything would be done at once. admittedly, the course is in a little rough shape right now out there, but there's
my tea time
no,
tomorrow.
it's fine. There's just some areas that when you're out there playing with your friends or whatever, you could be a little nice and just say, hey, that could be considered ground under repair. So
could I
go
just
ahead
be
and get a
nice
job,
and just say Hutch said this ground is on him?
Right.
Can we do that? Just say, this is.
So that's the other thing. Everything we do is volunteer for the Lincoln Abyssal Golf Board, and we don't get any kickbacks from the golf courses, so we pay full price just like everybody else.
When you're passionate about it, I mean, it's you enjoy it, and plus, it's to me it's giving back to the community. You're doing something that the community uses, and I'm huge, as you know, Raff, as you know, I'm huge about getting involved in your community. Do something, get involved. Something you love, because like golf, I told Raff, I said, man, Lord willing, one of these days when I'm not, kind of semi-retire, I would love to be a golf ambassador and just ride around the golf cart.
Yeah.
Just ride around the cart. I want to hop back in. Hutch, so you mentioned with the funds they do, the construction they did there. What's your current handicap right now?
I think I'm up 14.
That's still good though, dude.
Well, that's not
still,
whatever.
That's still good. That's still good. That's still good. Mine went up right away when I played Hillcrest, because my beginning of the year, I only played twice this year. Was 9.2 in the last year. Then I hung that 88 up at Hillcrest Country Club. 88 for me is a good score at Hillcrest Country Club. I'll take 8. If I can keep it under 90, I'm happy.
Yeah,
at Hillcrest, because that's a tough course. But speaking of courses, though, okay, so the pro shops. A lot of people don't know this. I only found this out because I've done a lot of work with Dave Honens, our Nebraska PGA area president for Nebraska sector, and Nick and those guys at CCL Country Club. Nick, what's up, baby? I didn't realize how that runs with the pro shop and the head pro. Explain to the audience, in case they don't know, how the pro makes his money or her money.
Okay. So the pro shop, everything that's in the pro shop, the gear, the clubs, the food, the booze, all of that they buy and they pay for.
So that comes out of their pocket.
That comes out of their pocket. So anything, and then also the carts. So cart maintenance, and then also driving range balls. So they're responsible for all that on their own. So if that's not doing good, then they take a hit on that, because that's how they make their money, in addition to what they are getting paid from the courses.
So they do have a salary, though.
They do have a salary. I think they get, gosh, we went over it once. And
you don't have to disclose what they make.
Yeah, but they get a certain percentage of every round played that goes into their salary.
Oh, so that, Raff, go ahead, baby.
Oh, we got a text on the text line. This comes in from Ray. He wants to know, I have a question for the pros. How many beverages should a guy reasonably be able to drink in a 9-hole round?
Well,
Ray.
My Monday night league is called the 3-putt league, and there are a lot of beverages that get put down in 9 holes.
A lot of beverages.
All right.
A lot of Gatorade, Ray. A lot of Gatorade going on out there.
Tons of water. No one's dehydrated. Everyone's fresh.
So I got a question for you, Hutch.
Okay.
So being the big city golf guy that you are, what hole in the city is your favorite hole?
In the city?
That's a great question.
What's the one hole where you walk up to every time you're like, yep, this is my favorite one?
That is a very good question.
I've been known to ask the really good questions around here.
That's a tough one.
That's a great question right there.
I would say the long par 5 at Highlands, right before that short par 4 that's drivable.
Over the one on the railroad with the railroad tracks,
right next to the railroad tracks. Yeah, I think that's one of my favorite holes, just because you can get there in 3. It takes some work, but you can get there in 3. But it's a really fun hole. I like the way it looks. I like the way it's laid out. I kind of like that links style of golf, anyways, and that really reminds me of playing on a links type course.
And did you play St. Andrews or where?
I did. I played St. Andrews, Old Course, New Course, Jubilee. Wow. I played Presswick. I played Carnoustie, and I played Turnberry.
Tell these, because some folks who may not know, tell them where those courses are at.
those are in Scotland.
Yes.
Those are all the open courses. And it was a guy's trip. We went and got to play all those courses. We were guaranteed tee times. We got to have lunch at Prestwick, and then they took us into the members room, and we got to see the original belt. So back in the day when you won the Open, they gave you like a WWE belt.
I'm telling you, brother.
But we got to see the belt, his tee, the gloves.
How old was that?
It was amazing. So
But I'm saying, how old was that though?
I can't. Do you want to pull up when the first Open was? Because it was a long time ago.
Yeah, here's a little. And Raff, when was the first Open? So that was it.
And don't call it the British Open.
Yeah, they're like,
when
it's
you're over
called
there.
the Open.
It's the Open.
It's the Open.
Yeah. So,
1860.
1860.
Yeah, it was really cool. When we were getting ready to leave, there was a guy that had like 2 sheep hounds, and they were pulling his clubs as he was walking the course and playing the course.
You think I could bring 2 sheep to like Pioneers?
Yeah, no. No, we actually just had to make a calling somebody from the community. By the way, we meet the 3rd Thursday of every month at noon at the Parks and Rec building. So if you have concerns, questions, you want to bring up something, reach out to Wade Foreman, and he will get you on the itinerary, and you will have a chance to speak to the committee to let your thoughts known. A gentleman came in and asked if he could ride a bicycle on the course. So
ride a bicycle.
Apparently out on the West Coast and the places, they have these bikes that are built that are kind of fat tire bikes that are built for golf courses, and that you could pull your clubs. So the committee that's in charge of that, I forget what that committee is, said, well, we'll think about it and look at it, and then make a suggestion. And
it's interesting.
The suggestion was no. We already have problems with too many people getting a little too many drinks on the course and not taking care of the course. Can you imagine just a
bicycle,
a bunch of people on a bicycle out there trying to jump the greens and things like that? So,
or on the green with the bike.
Right. You know, some common etiquette just isn't there for some reason. I think, once you get some drinks in you and on a muni and with your buddies, and some guys they go
too far.
They go too far. So it's our job, golfers, to call those guys out.
Right. Folks, we're with Jason Hutchinson talking about municipal golf, fitness, life, etc. We're going to take a quick break with Raff and AD. We'll be right back with more Jason Hutchinson.
John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
When it comes to your home or business, we know you have options, and that's why John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning gives you just that, options. We have plumbing, heating, and cooling memberships to serve all of your residential and commercial needs. We want to ensure you, your family, and your business are safe. Visit our website, jhlincoln.com, to find out more, or call us at
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
Let's do it. Let's get away. Let's go outside, cast a line, and reel in good times with our family and friends. Get a little peace, quiet, and relaxation, and make some memories that will last a lifetime. Let's do it. Let's Fish Nebraska. Start planning your fishing trip today at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
In today's day and age, people are trying to do more and more projects by themselves. That might be better on the wallet, but it can also lead to painful sounds like this. Ow! Poor guy, trying to do wiring all by himself. Let's have another listen. It's just not worth it. Don't hurt yourself or make things worse than they are already. For any of your electric needs, call Joe at Ambition Electric today at 402-217-3415 or go to ambitionelectric.com.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding. Whoa! Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back.
Woohoo! Gnarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie.
So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels and Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday. You lost Wednesday. You're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it's been a great start here to the year as 2022 new inventory continues to roll in. Our pre-owned lot remains full, and we are selling at a record pace. I was just down at Koppel talking about a new order for myself, and they let me know I can actually start ordering a 2023 here later this spring. So stop on in to get your new 2022, your pre-owned vehicle, or maybe talk about ordering here for 2023. Check them out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Join us at Cactus by Venue for our new America's Favorites menu. We're keeping your favorite dips and tacos and adding brand new dishes, including delicious steaks, burgers, pastas, and more. Focusing on vibrant casual dining using a blend of fresh ingredients prepared from scratch. Located at 56 and Highway 2 in the Edgewood Shopping Center, see the whole menu online at cactusbyvenue.com and order yours to go at venuedelivered.com. Cactus by Venue, America's Favorites.
Hey, Mom. Yeah, I got in a crash. I'm okay. I was wearing my seatbelt.
People count on you to buckle up.
Click it or a ticket. Brought to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Now back to Riffin with Raff and AD on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again Wednesday night, quickest 2 hours of the week. Riffin with Raff and AD. We have Mr. Hutch in the house. Hello. The man, the legend. All right, Hutch, I got another question for you.
Okay.
I don't know how much you can divulge or anything like that, but are there any future plans for any of these city golf courses to maybe change the format of their golf holes, or is there any?
Well, for the ladies leagues or lady players, sorry, not leagues, you should start seeing some new tee boxes being built up. You've seen that at Holmes. I think they're building some tee boxes up. They're going to be doing that at Pioneer. So yeah, there's some plans to do some things like that, improve the tee boxes, to radically change a hole like we did on hole number 5 at Pioneers. Not currently. I don't think there's anything in the plans for anything like that. Updating the cart pass, stuff like that, and the irrigation systems. Those are the big plans right now. So
tell me this, man. Being a city courses, how much more rounds do you have? How big of a boost was COVID?
COVID was a huge boost for golf. A huge boost for golf.
Yes, because the only thing that I'm not saying the only thing, but one of the only things you could do that was regular, that was normal.
Right.
I'm not saying one of the only things you could do, but that was regular. You could still do it. Okay, the
COVID
rounds 221 compared to rounds. I'm sorry, 2020 compared to rounds 2019. What was the increase percentage wise?
Oh boy. I could pull you up the exact numbers, but my son is watching a show on my phone. So
what would you guess though?
I think it was probably up between 2019 and 2020, probably about 110%. So
the golf pro was doing pretty good.
2020, 2021, COVID and global warming. I don't want to ruffle anybody's fingers, but with those mild winters that we've been having, there's a lot of rounds that are being played in December and January and February, and so we budget out, sort of not we, but the people who are in charge of money budget it out and say, okay, we plan on 120 rounds or something like that. It's more than that, but at Pioneers and 400 at Highlands and yada yada yada. And then when the
10%,
when the rounds reports comes in 2020, we're starting to see like, oh boy, like people are playing golf, and now we have a surplus of money because again, golf is self-funded,
right?
And so we have a surplus of money to start doing things to improve the courses. So, the new roof at Pioneers. I don't know if anybody recognized or noticed it.
I'm going to be honest. When I'm going to Pioneers or any golf course, I'm not looking much at the roof.
Right.
But you got a new roof.
There's a new roof, and things of that nature. So,
what about carts?
The carts are.
Did you get some new ones recently?
Yes, there are all new carts.
The whole city.
The whole city.
Folks, if last year you haven't played yet in the city, our listeners out there, if you're worried about some of the carts weren't as in good shape, that's no longer a complaint anymore.
Yeah, they're really nice carts.
How many did you guys get total?
I don't know.
A lot.
A lot. Yeah, we had to replace all the old carts. So
what do you guys do with the old ones?
I sell them, to some other course.
Okay.
Is Ager part of the city courses, or
yeah,
they
Ager.
are?
So the interesting about Ager, and unfortunately this just changed. The UNL's UNL has a superintendent program there, and so in the past they would pick one student that would come and help and be in charge of Ager, and that's why Ager is literally one of the best kept courses in the city. If you have not played it, it is amazing.
That was one of my questions that Raff brought up too. University, Jim Ager's relationship with university. Tell us, and Raff, it's a great question, and that's what you're saying. It's true. Tell us about the new not the new turfs, not football,
the new grass,
and how that came, the genesis of that and that relationship with UNL.
Yeah, so UNL again, they would have a superintendent program, and then they also wanted to see what works.
Yeah,
we have a great ag department there also.
Yep.
So they used some state-of-the-art equipment, went out there, killed everything that needed to be killed, and then replanted, and it came right up nice and great looking. And
I heard it's insane.
It is great. The greens are nice. The fairways are in great shape. And another thing about Ager is they have the guy running that program or running over there. He does a great program for kids that are wanting to get in golf, and then even new people. There's a big push to get more women playing golf, and so he does a big thing out there with new female golfers and helping them get going and on their feet and learning the game.
Just some of the listeners may not be familiar with Jim Ager. Tell us about Jim Ager, like this compared to a regular course. So it's just kind of, I'm sure most know, but just in case there may be some that don't.
Yeah, so Jim Ager is a junior course. It's a par 3 course. So for most of us that go and play, it's a great place to go practice your short and mid-range game. Now, when I go out there, I take 3 clubs and a putter and walk the course and practice. So
it can be done playing a 9 holes at a Jim Ager, and how quickly?
I don't know, 35, 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
Yeah. Depending on how many people are on the course.
Absolutely. Raff, we got a break coming.
We do. But man, Hutch, it's great having you
here in the studio tonight with us. We appreciate it. Big time.
Yeah.
It went fast, dude. I'm
It did
still
go fast.
tripping.
Flies by.
110% rounds went up like that.
Oh yeah,
man.
yeah. Well, and then to link it back to Husker football.
Yes.
When the Huskers are not playing bad, or when they're playing good, the courses are kind of empty.
Mhm.
But here recently,
Saturday's full tee sheet.
there has been quite a few rounds that are being played. So
I do got a question for you.
Okay.
Might know the answer. I don't know, but do you have a wish list of a certain course that you want to play, like on your bucket list?
for me, like if I could play any course in
Yeah.
the world, because I played Valhalla in Kentucky. That was amazing. Pebble Beach. Yeah, I think Pebble Beach would be amazing.
Pebble Beach, Augusta for me. Which one's you right before commercial?
I'll go Augusta.
Augusta, as well.
Augusta, I guess.
I'm a homer.
Who wouldn't want to play
Who's
Augusta?
the homer?
Gotta play
But
Augusta.
like Pebble Beach is actual doable. Augusta is.
Well, I know AD, so anything's doable.
No, I played Torrey Pines, but I haven't played Pebble Beach yet. Folks, we are here with our buddy, not just our guest, but one of our buddies, one of our friends, our workout partners, and just a great guy. Again, Hutch, we appreciate you, man. We definitely have you back on again.
Sure.
Maybe midsummer and talk about how the rounds are going.
Okay.
New things, how Pioneers is looking at things. But Hutch, again, folks, that's Jason Hutchinson, who is on the Lincoln Municipal Golf Board at large member and also on the facility subcommittee. Coming up at after our first break, about 8:05, we're going to have our second guest in, William Washington, former Nebraska tight end, one of the best to ever do it. Again, we want to appreciate you, Hutch. Thanks for doing it. This is Riffin with Raff and AD on 93.7 The Ticket.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it's been a great start here to the year as 2022 new inventory continues to roll in. Our pre-owned lot remains full, and we are selling at a record pace. I was just down at Koppel talking about a new order for myself, and they let me know I could actually start ordering a 2023 here later this spring. So stop on in to get your new 2022, your pre-owned vehicle, or maybe talk about ordering here for 2023. Check them out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Springtime is here, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway.
Let's do it. Let's get away. Let's go outside, cast a line, and reel in good times with our family and friends. Get a little peace, quiet, and relaxation, and make some memories that will last a lifetime. Let's do it. Let's Fish Nebraska. Start planning your fishing trip today at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding.
Whoa.
Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back.
Woohoo! Snarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie.
So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Simple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Cip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Simple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job,
not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? Or a 14-year-old girl who signs up to every after-school activity, not to make friends, but just to get something to eat? Or a retiree who fell ill and had to choose
between getting medicine or groceries.
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
Old School with DP and J.
When you talked about NIL, you're talking about stupid money that these kids are getting. 99.9% of them aren't worth it, but I'm all for it, to take advantage of it. If they're giving it, might as well take it, but appreciate it. Don't go around, I call it playing Halloween. You put on a uniform, you put on the eye black, you put on the wristband, you wear, say, like Nebraska uniforms. You're dressing up as a football player. Just because you're dressing up as a football player does not make you entitled to anything.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Let's do it. Let's get away. Let's go outside, cast a line, and reel in good times with our family and friends. Get a little peace, quiet, and relaxation, and make some memories that will last a lifetime. Let's do it. Let's Fish Nebraska. Start planning your fishing trip today at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Dealing with battery problems? America's #1 battery destination is here to help. At AutoZone, we've got the free services to help you start even stronger in those colder temperatures, like our free battery testing and battery charging. If you're having starting troubles, come into AutoZone. We'll test and charge your battery for free so you can drive with peace of mind in the wintertime. Getting the job done just got easier. Visit your nearest AutoZone today to learn more. Based on data from the NPD Group Incorporated, Car Care Track 12 months ending December 2018.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Hey, Mom. Yeah, I got in a crash. I'm okay. I was wearing my seatbelt.
People count on you to buckle up.
Click it or a ticket. Brought to you by the N.Dot Highway Safety Office.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome to Riffin with Raff and AD. Coming to you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Now here's former Huskers, Chris Raff and Aaron Davis.
All righty, everybody. You are listening live. Riffin with Raff and AD. Wednesday night. We are back. AD, do we have a guest coming up next?
Man, he was like the Eric Dickerson of tight ends with them goggles, man. I mean, he would knock you over, beat you up. Eric Dickerson would knock you over, but William would just manhandle you, and if he got his hands on you, night. Now it was time to go night. Good night song. When Will put his hand on you, it'd be like this. It's time to go to bed. That's what we'll do. He would just take him to bed, man. Take him to bed. He'd knock him out.
The sweet sounds of AD. Amazing.
This guy wasn't only just a great football player, man. He's a better person. That's hard to beat, as good as he was, but he is just literally the epitome of a friend, and he's been that way for me and countless others. Big Will, how you doing, brother? You on?
I'm doing pretty good.
There he is.
That voice. He sounds like Turner Gill too. I'm doing pretty good.
Both from Texas.
That's right.
Yeah.
Big Will, how you doing, brother? How's things going, man?
Things are going all right. I'm down here working in Austin, Texas, so I'm in enemy territory.
Oh yeah.
But things are going well.
You know, well, for the folks that don't know what you're doing right now, what do you do now? Of course, I know, but what do you do now that has you in Austin rather than back home?
I am a catastrophe insurance adjuster. So anytime there's like a catastrophic weather event, whether it be hail or tornadoes, hurricanes, I get called on assignment to go write estimates for the damages to give people some money in their pockets.
So did they bring you down there for the Texas football team then, or? I had to do it.
I am a catastrophe adjuster, not a miracle worker.
Folks, if you
I had to do it.
Oh, that was good. And Will was real quick with it, too. Folks, if you have questions for William Washington, played tight end in Nebraska from 89 to 1992, you can call him the Honda of Lincoln hotline at 402-464-5685 or shoot us a text on the Sartor Heyman hotline, text line as well. William, you grew up in Tyler, Texas. There used to be a place there called, remember that huge organization called Acquire the Fire that was right outside that area? If you remember that or not, Will.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it was a camp, but it was a youth camp, and I spoke there a lot. And what always sticks to me about Tyler, I would go there, is I was in Tyler, Texas airport, that little airport, when it came across the screen that Michael Jackson had passed away.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'll never forget that. And I was in a Cracker Barrel, that one in Tyler. You guys got that Cracker Barrel in Tyler?
Yeah.
Right off the interstate? I was looking at the T-shirts in there, a Texas T-shirt. It says, it's a Texas Longhorn, Big Will, and it says, "We're not arrogant, we're that good." Isn't that crazy?
Well, that's true. You know, people from Texas, true Texas, we have some big egos about Texas now, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We love our state.
Absolutely. Well, Lee High School, growing up in Tyler, what other sports did you play besides football growing up there?
Basketball, which was actually my first love. I was a pretty good basketball player, but I didn't get the height, and I was too big to be a guard, but I controlled the paint, and that was my first love. Played baseball one year, but I think we won maybe one game, so I quit. I couldn't handle. We only had like 2 practices, so they stuck me out in right field, and I can't see. I couldn't catch anything out there. I couldn't see it out there, and we were horrible, and I quit.
So the baseball career didn't last too long.
No.
So then, growing up in Tyler, Texas, then the Tyler Rolls grew up in that fine city. Was he somebody that you looked up to, Earl Campbell?
I remember I was 8 years old when he won the Heisman Trophy, and they had a parade downtown Tyler. And I remember he was like on a convertible, sitting on the top of the back seat of a convertible, and he reached over and shook my hand and just totally engulfed my hand. I want to be a football player. And everybody was his cousin after that. He went to school the next day. Everybody was his cousin, and actually my cousin, one of my cousins, is actually his nephew.
Really?
So,
So you're in a roundabout way. You're related to Earl Campbell.
Not really, but I do love his sausages, though. He has those Earl Campbell hot links. If you're ever in Texas, get those Earl Campbell hot links. They're delicious.
Dude, I see those all the time when I'm down there. Just never had any before.
Yeah, and like Patrick Mahomes, he's from Tyler.
I didn't realize that.
Yep, he was born in Tyler. He we played in the White House, which is like I guess you would call it a suburb of Tyler. But yeah, I grew up playing against his dad. Well, playing some sports against his dad growing up. We're in the same class of '88. He just went to a smaller school, but there are a lot of pro athletes from Tyler, Texas.
There's a ton of pro athletes from your hometown,
Mm-hmm.
man.
And Longview too, next town.
Longview,
Longview
yep.
has quite a few. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Well, Lee High School, like I said, you played obviously excelled in football, but also was a very good basketball. I remember just when you were in college, you were a good basketball player. Then the baseball, you know, the two games you won, you said, I'm out of here. I'm done with this.
Yeah.
When did you know that you were pretty good in football?
I played because I loved it. You know, I always thought there were people better than me, but I wasn't worried about anybody else. I was kind of a nerd. I was all about school, and I played sports because I loved it. And plus, I didn't want to go home too soon because that meant you became a housekeeper. So it kept me from doing chores.
Yeah.
And I guess after we had spring football in high school in Texas. And after our spring football season, after my junior year, my coach calls me into the office and we talked for a little bit. And he was like, on the way out, take those bags with you. I look over, there's two large hefty bags. And I'm like, take the trash out? He's like, no, that's for you. Why are you giving me trash? So look inside there. So I looked inside. It was a bunch of envelopes, a bunch of letters.
Oh, wow.
I started pulling them out. There's all these different colors. I had 2 hefty bags of letters, and he was like, I've been saving to give them to you at the right time to be coming in all along, and here's a good time to give them to you. And so I was in awe. I was in shock.
What year were you in school?
No idea.
What year were you in school?
This is end of my junior year.
End of your so he get okay. I see. End of your junior year, he gave you 2 big bags.
Yes.
Wow.
You know, recruiting's different now than it was back then.
Absolutely.
And it was a shock to me. I drug them home, and my mom, and she made me feel everything out and respond to everybody, and I was just amazed.
Wow.
And then I think before the football season, Dave Campbell, Texas football is like the Texas high school football Bible in Texas. He had me listed number 5 tight end in the state.
Oh wow!
And I'm like, wow, because I was the only junior starter on the varsity my junior year on offense, and I had one great game against Marshall, and because he threw the ball to all the seniors, so I wouldn't get any balls. But one game, I had a great game, and I guess that's what did it. I don't know, but I was on somebody's radar. I had no idea, and by the end of my senior year, I was number 1 tight end in the state of Texas.
Who were some of those other athletes you remember that were big name athletes that went to other schools your senior year, your class?
From where? From my area?
Just from Texas, in the area that some of the listeners would recognize.
Well, Patrick Mahomes' dad, he was class of '88. He was first round pick in the Major League draft by the Twins. My teammate Corey Mayfield went to Oklahoma.
Yep.
Let's see, Adrian Walker, he was a town outside of Tyler, Chapel Hill, called Tyler Chapel Hill. He went to Texas. He was a running back. Jimmy Pullins went to TCU on a football scholarship. David Wesley went JUCO, then to Baylor. Then he had a 15-year career in the NBA.
Wow.
He's from Longview.
I didn't know Wesley was from Longview.
Quite a few others. You know, I had 7 guys from my high school team that went D1.
Wow.
One went to Arkansas. I went to Nebraska. Corey went to Oklahoma. One went to Southern Arkansas. One went to SMU. We had quite a few. That was our most talented team at that point in time in the history of our school.
Were you guys 4A, 5A, 3A? What class were you guys?
We were in the largest class back then, 5A.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what size crowds would you play in front of on Friday nights?
I would say 10,000 or so. I think my last game was against our rival, John Tyler High School. It was sold out, so it might have been about 20,000, I think, or more.
And then
it was crazy.
So you eventually come on the radar of the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Who was the coach or coaches that recruited you?
Well, it was Jack Pierce.
Jack.
At first, and then at some point, Coach Osborne came down, and Jack was doing all the talking, and Coach Osborne was like, "Well, William, think you're a good football player. Want to offer you a scholarship." And my mother ate all that up. So I'm in the Jack Pierce. My mom was in the Coach Osborne, and I like Barry Switch and those kind of guys. And my mom was always Coach Osborne. You know, I don't know if they had any private conversations, or I don't know, but she loved Coach Osborne, and because I was an Oklahoma fan growing up. I was an Oklahoma and USC and Ohio State fan growing up.
Really?
And, most Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted to go to. I thought I was going to go to Oklahoma. I wanted to go to Oklahoma. They were recruiting me, and at the Texas OU game my senior year in high school, me and my teammate Corey went to the game, and I met my idol Keith Jackson.
Number 88.
Yes. And I'm like, I can't wait to get here. He's like, you don't want to come here. I'm like, what?
Really?
He goes, you don't want to come here. I'm like, what are you talking about? He was like, trust me, in 2 years, we're going to be on probation.
Oh.
I'm like, huh?
He called it.
He's like, we're going to mark my words. And so he's my idol. And so I listened to him. I didn't go. 2 years later, they were on probation.
Oh, snaps.
He called it.
Dude,
Yeah,
I did not.
It was because he was upset because when he came in, they had Troy Aikman. And they had promised to throw the ball a lot, you know. And then when Aikman broke his leg and Jameel Holloway came in as a freshman running the option, they won a national championship. Troy goes to UCLA, and he's not getting the balls he wanted, I guess, because why would he tell me that?
No doubt.
But he did. That's a true story.
Well, it's I laugh, but it's also prophetic in a lot of ways, very prophetic, because that's what happened. And then you think about this. It also shows you. I've met Keith Jackson when he was playing for the Packers, when Tyrone Williams was playing up there at that time, and I met Keith and rapping him. Real cool brother, man, real laid back.
Yeah.
But that also says a lot about him to look out for you, being a young buck, saying, "Look, bro, you do not want to come here." Think about the trajectory of your college career had you went to OU.
Yeah. I've been on probation.
On probation. So. Go ahead.
And getting beat by Nebraska.
Yeah. Humiliated by Nebraska.
Yeah.
So, Will, I was just curious then. So when you came up to Nebraska, checked it out, what was it that your decision to come to Nebraska? Was it the great facilities, the weight room, the academics? What was it that made you say, yep, I'm coming to Nebraska?
It was freezing up there on my recruiting visit. My parents came up there. I had a hostess, and I was my host was John Crippen, Kenny Walker, Morgan Gregory, and Marvin Sanders. They all kind of Crippen was my main recruiter, host, but he was pledging Kappa, I think, or something. So he had all the time. So I had like 4 people for me around, and I'm not gonna lie to you. Cut to the chase on why I chose Nebraska. I was a nerd, and I really didn't date in high school. I think I had one girlfriend for 1 month, and so I go to this house party at Willie Griffin and Tyrese Knox's house.
Oh wow!
I'm sitting on the couch. This girl asked me to dance. I didn't dance in public. I haven't danced in public up to this point in time. Maybe a clock hop or 2 in high school, but I wasn't a dancer. I had no rhythm. And this girl danced with me. And at some point, another girl starts dancing. Gets behind me. So I'm in a sandwich. And I'm like, the girls of Nebraska love me. I'm coming to Nebraska.
They sealed the deal.
Yeah. It wasn't Coach Osborne. It wasn't the stadium. It wasn't the fans. It wasn't the history. It wasn't academic. It was that. I never knew their names. Never got a phone. Never saw them again in my life. But they got me to Nebraska.
Well, Will, we have a surprise for you tonight. We found this. All right, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Well, I hope they were cute, you know.
And coming in right now in the studio.
Oh my! And the sad thing about it, I wouldn't even know if you were telling me the truth or
not. Hey, I can hear Coach Osborne ask, so, Will, why did you choose Nebraska? Coach, you don't want to know I'm here.
Well, you get interviewed like, why'd you choose Nebraska? The Coach Osborne playing for a legend. The academic support, the tradition, the winning, all that good stuff I told the news. But the truth was, I already told my parents that. I was just, Mama, you know what? You're right. I'm going to come to Nebraska.
Oh, man. Willie Griffin and Tyrese Knox, man, two California boys. I know Tyrone Knox from Cali. And I think Willie was too, wasn't he?
I think so, yeah.
I think so. I'll never forget the story. This before I got there. Maybe before you. It was before you got there.
When that happened. I knew you were going to say I was there.
You know what story I'm talking about, right? When they bought the box, they thought it was a VCR. It was a box of bricks.
Yes. Oh my God. Tore the locker room up. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
My brother Mark told me that story. He goes, here's two dudes from the city and got worked in little old Lincoln, Nebraska. These guys thought they were buying a cheap VCR and getting over. Open it up and there's a box of bricks inside of it.
They were bragging. We got this VCR. I'm like, that's like $20. It's some low number.
Yeah.
$20 VCR. They opened it up and the look on their faces. Oh my God. They got clown, let me tell you.
And they from the city. Came out here to the cornfields and got ganked.
Oh man, good. That was hilarious. They didn't live that down. They never lived that down.
No, never.
Nah.
Well, tell us, besides Nebraska, obviously OU, you mentioned OU, you had two trash bags full of letters to go to. You mentioned why you chose Nebraska, but what other schools did you really consider? Obviously, Oklahoma, you mentioned that. Was there any other 2 or 3 schools that you were like, man, I can see myself playing here, besides OU, besides Nebraska?
Well, it was Notre Dame, one, but Derek Brown, who I guess you would say was the number 1 tight end at the time in the country, I was like ranked number 2. From my understanding, he committed there first, and so Lou Holtz wanted me to play defense, and him and my dad, I wasn't there for the conversation, but they kind of got into it.
Really?
So they took Notre Dame off the table. I really liked UCLA, and my cousin at the time, he had won a gold medal in '84 Olympics, the boxer Henry Tillman.
Yeah.
I wanted to go out there and hang out in LA with my family, and Terry Donahue made the comment to my mother, in front of my mother, well, William, the girls run around bikinis all day, every day out of UCLA on our campus.
Oh, they were scratched off the list immediately with Mama Washington.
That took that off the table. I went to UCLA. Go for a visit now. Like what?
Your mom was not trying to hear bikinis and bachelor degree.
No, not that little sweet, innocent 17-year-old son. No. And so being a strange twist, I really liked Rice.
You said
Rice University.
Okay, right there in Texas.
Remember I said I was a nerd.
No, ain't nothing wrong with that.
And Courtney Hall, God rest his soul, he was a center. He played for several years in the NFL.
Yeah.
He was my host.
Yeah.
And their head coach was Jerry Barnett. And Barnhart, something like that. But the receivers coach was Tyrone Willingham.
Wow.
And
that eventually coached for Notre Dame.
And I found the head coach and Coach Osborne, and I found Tyrone Willingham and Coach Brown. So I went football. They didn't have 2 girls dancing me at a party. So. No. So they didn't have my goal was to be pre-med back then, and they took me to Southwestern University Hospital or something like that, and I watched the surgery, and I was like, I don't want to be a doctor. I want no part of nobody else's blood. I'm good on that. So yeah, so if they'd had 2 girls dancing, I went to Rice, but it didn't happen.
Well,
left the door open.
Well, I want you. So those are the schools we're there. So you got obviously Rice,
Iowa too.
Thank God you didn't go to Iowa.
Yeah. Because they had those two tight ends standing up. They had a good. Their tight ends coach recruited me. I liked Iowa, but it was just a world. It was just a headache because you come home and people standing outside your door, coaches.
Oh wow.
And coaches tell you their lives on the line. Their jobs on the line. They don't get you and. All kinds of stuff. People offering money, all kind of stuff. It's just nuts.
NIL before NIL.
trying to navigate. What'd you say?
I said NIL deals before NIL.
Man, if they had NIL back then, them glasses go on the trading block. Let me tell you. Them goggles. Oh my goodness. I would have been wearing those for free. That's for dang sure. Oh my goodness. Me an eyewear collection endorsement.
Well, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back with you. All right, brother?
No problem.
Folks, this is Riffin with Raff and AD. We have William Washington, former Nebraska tight end, 1988 through 1992. We'll be right back.
Let's do it. Let's get away. Let's go outside, cast a line, and reel in good times with our family and friends. Get a little peace, quiet, and relaxation. And make some memories that will last a lifetime. Let's do it. Let's Fish Nebraska. Start planning your fishing trip today at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Mike Schaefer here for Trek CBD. Springtime is here, and that means you're outside more in nice weather and maybe even having garage parties with neighbors. The drink of this spring and summer isn't your typical seltzer. It's drinkable Delta 8. Yep, Trek CBD has drinkable Delta 8 seltzers with mango and lime flavors for 4-packs and 12-packs, coming in a variety of mango, watermelon, lime, and berry. They also have hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups to put in your beverages, and as always, the excellent Delta 8 gummies. Trek CBD, CBD done right.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batstoRats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rob Rhodes, a Nebraska family practice physician. Are you or someone you love at risk of an opioid overdose? Get the free Opie Rescue app for your phone. Opie Rescue can guide you through the steps of how to respond to an opioid overdose. Be Opie ready. Download Opie Rescue today.
Paid for by the CDC. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Hey, Mom. Yeah, I got in a crash. I'm okay. I was wearing my seatbelt.
People count on you to buckle up.
Click it or ticket. Brought to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Springtime is here, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams. From treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway. Now back to Riffin with Raff and AD on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody. We're back again Wednesday night, riffing with Raff and AD. We have special guest William Washington, the greatest blocking tight end in the history of Nebraska football. Big Will, I got a question for you. So you roll up to Nebraska your freshman year, and we got an outside backer / kind of defensive end, Broderick the Sandman Thomas. What was it like going against him in practice?
I didn't go against him that much in practice because I practiced mostly with the varsity. I was with the ones and twos as a true freshman. But our first day of pads, I got moved to the varsity. After I went through 2 days with the freshmen, then I moved up to the varsity right away. And our first day in full pads, we had to do a one-on-one blocking drill with the outside backers. And so I'm in line, and I count the corresponding guy for the outside backer. Like, well, I get a little scrawny guy, I can take him. I'm not worried. I can, my first time around, and I get to the front of the line, and Coach Samuels says, "Sandman." I look up. Come show this high-shot freshman what Big 8 football is all about. What? Wait, what? So my first live one-on-one blocking drill against Sandman, Broderick Thomas.
How'd that work out?
Oh, I still recall it. I put my hand in the dirt, and it was trembling. It was shaking. I was so nervous because it's a grown man.
Yeah, it's a grown man and a big man.
I'm barely 17, two-time All-American, but be the number 5th overall pick in the draft. I was scared to death.
Wow.
And they said height, and I hit him pretty good, and he kind of bent back a little bit, recovered, and threw me. I'm rolling around, and I'm all embarrassed and stuff, and I feel just being embarrassed. And Coach Brown run at me screaming, hollering, "Good job, good job!" I'm like, "What?"
Did you see what happened?
Great point of attack, because I struck him pretty good.
Uh-huh.
But he said, "You got to bring your feet with you." I had my feet close together, so he threw me. He told me how to keep my feet shoulder width apart.
Mm-hmm.
Never been thrown again. So I guess I just initial contact and the point of attack was a press to Coach Brown. None of it mattered to me because I was rolling around in dirt. It's gonna be a long 4 years here. Oh my goodness, I gotta do this every day.
Who were some of the other?
It worked out pretty good.
It worked out real well. Who were some of the senior tight ends that were there when you got there?
When I got there, I think Todd Milliken.
Bando was probably there.
Todd Milliken, Money Krakenstein, Corey Groby, Chris McGarrett was there, Daryl Lisey. Those were the guys that I recall that were there.
Was Bando already done? Banderas, or was Banderas done in '87?
Yeah, he had just left.
He just left. He had just left.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, so you get there, Nebraska. You choose Nebraska. Obviously, you're there. You introduce to college football, and you realize right away, I'm no longer in Tyler because all the guys here, they're big, just like you. They're fast, if not faster, etc. What was the mindset that you had to come in with in order to establish yourself as that you lived up to the hype? Like everybody knew that you were one of the top tight ends in the country coming out of high school. What was the mindset you had to bring in from the giddy up to say, you know what, I'm going to have to do X, Y, and Z in order to establish myself here and show them that I'm more than just on paper?
Well, I think mine was a little different because I think I was the first player that they brought in early. I graduated June 3rd. I was in Lincoln, Nebraska, June 15th.
Oh, wow.
Because they took the play of the true freshman. And so I had the whole summer to get acclimated. I was going through the summer program and all that good stuff. So I was pretty much acclimated because everybody else showed up right before freshman reported. And so, but that summer, I was at a barbecue, and this is when I first met Broderick and Lawrence Peak. And we're by the grill. I'll never forget this either. Lawrence Peak, he got a full-grown beard, big press, 100 pounds, you know, looking homicidal and suicide. Like, oh my God, this dude. I'm like, oh my goodness. And he looks me up and down. And he goes, so you're that hot shot freshman they talking about? I'm like, I guess. He's like, I'm gonna put it in nice terms. He looks at me, and so does Broderick, and he goes, "We're gonna blank you up."
Go Big Red.
and here's my response. I'm just here to help the team. Man, I was scared.
Great comeback, Will.
I'm by myself. I'm only, barely turned 18. No peach fuzz on my face. He's a grown man.
Yes. And remember,
they're gonna do physical harm to me. Maybe I should have went to Oklahoma.
I'm gonna assume you didn't eat much barbecue that night.
Yeah, man, I was scared to death. I just want to help the team. I was here to help the team. That's all I can say. I was scared. My voice went like 8 octaves higher, and oh my goodness. And but I acclimated pretty well because I got that summer in, and I like going against like Brian Washington. Some of the guys were going pro. They were out there working out with us, so it was great experience. And so when this camp started, I fit in pretty well.
There you go.
And I just, like I said, I always play for the love of the game. And so it's never about me being a good. I just want to do the best that I could do and be the best that I can be. And I like to compete. I don't like losing, and that includes individual battles. So that made me much more competitive. And plus, I've been watching and studying football since I was 4 years old. I didn't miss a football game, and so I know the game of football. And so it helped me a lot. I picked up the playbook through training camp, fall camp. After that, I never looked at the playbook ever again.
You just devoured it.
Yeah, because once they show me one time, I got it. So I know what I got to do, and it just being physical and doing my job, and wanting to be the best at what I do. And so that was just my mindset. Just what they compete and win. I wanted to win. And I love my teammates, and so let's go get it.
So Will, we've got to ask the question that all of Husker Nation needs and wants to know. When did the famous goggles come about? I mean, they got to be the most famous goggles in the history of Husker football.
Oh yeah, them jokers is like legendary, man.
Well, when I came to Nebraska that whole freshman year, I did not wear goggles.
Really?
No, I did not wear them at all. I could see fine, caught the ball fine. Everything was great. But July 19th, I'll never forget, it was my grandmother's birthday. I had to have nasal surgery. They had found polyps the size of your thumb in all of my nasal cavities. And so when they removed them, it was like I say right before fall camp, you do that little physical thing, and they did the eye test, and I was like legally blind.
Oh, wow.
The pressure between my eyes so bad that I couldn't see. And that's when I started wearing goggles. So right before my redshirt freshman year. And I spent my redshirt freshman year pretty much blind.
Wow.
I couldn't see. It was rough. So I blocked it. I blocked maybe more intent on blocking because I couldn't see. I just hit what was moving.
So if there are any goggle companies that are listening tonight, now that the former players can cash in on some NIL money, get a hold of William Washington.
Yes, get in touch with Will.
Could be some good posters.
He made those legendary. If you ever look at it, and Will, you're so humble, you don't. You probably just never seen it. If you Google your name and look at the images, there's a ton of images with you with the glasses on, man, which is it's actually pretty. There's one of you coming on the field, which is actually pretty cool. I'll text it to you later if you haven't seen it yet. But it's
cool.
it's a sweet picture, man. Sweet picture.
Because it was so funny. I think it was my senior year. One of the games, I look up in the stands, and there's like a few guys that got goggles on. What?
That shows you the influence, Will. That shows you the influence right there, man.
That cracked me up. I had no idea. First of all, I couldn't see him till I guess the last part of the season. So but yeah, that was funny. That was truly amazing. I don't know what you call that, but it was just funny. Like I can't believe those guys did that. Oh my goodness.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, Will, you think about just the intensity that we played with, that you played with. What was, and I'm coming back to that in a second. I'm going to start with this one. The biggest win during your career, and which one was the toughest loss? I mean, one that just hurt bad. I mean, they all hurt, but we didn't lose much. But what was the one that was the biggest win? Which one just, I mean, to your core?
The biggest win.
Colorado, maybe.
It got to be Colorado '92, my senior year. After what we went through the 3 previous years with them.
Yeah.
And then the toughest would have been my redshirt freshman year out there at Colorado when they beat us. I think we had the best team in college football that year, but we couldn't beat. I hate to use an excuse, but I won't say it was bad officiating. We just didn't get the call.
Oh, there were some terrible calls in that game, though, bro.
Yeah.
There were some terrible calls in that game.
And with all that happened, we only lost by 3 or 4 points. We could have easily won by double digits if it had been officiated halfway close. I could make that excuse, but that was a tough pill to swallow because we were the better team.
That was in '88, wasn't it?
89.
89. Was that Darian Hagan that year they had? Was
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There was like 4 or 5, maybe more calls that were just blown calls.
Yeah.
That cost us that ball game. You know, and there were big pivotal where it produced points. It wasn't like something we were second and 10, second and 5. No, it was like they're on the goal line. You know?
Absolutely.
I stopped them from scoring. You know? So that was the thing that was the game that hurt the most, and that was early on, and I hated that feeling. You know.
Well, you think about this. You were in high school. You caught all of those passes to be where you were at. How hard was the transition to come to a school to where you were catching all these balls in high school to where you had to love blocking just as much as you loved catching the ball? How did that transition? How easy or how hard was that transition?
I think I made my mark as a blocker from day one in high school. That's what I did. That was my job, so I did it, and I did it well. So that's because we ran most of the time in high school too.
Okay.
Like I said, my junior year, I wasn't getting the ball thrown to me much at all, and so I blocked. And so I like blocking. I love blocking. You know, it's to take one man from point A to point B against his will. That's man stuff. I'm all about it.
I like what. Okay, you just said that's man stuff.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, big bro. What would you like to see the tight ends? Because we've been fortunate to have some good ones the past number of years. What would you like to see more of from tight ends as it comes with, like you said, manhood? I'd love to where I can it's big boy ball. It's big boy ball. What would you like to see more of from the tight ends we have right now?
Just a physicality. Just dominate your guy in front of you. You know, and don't whip on those what do you call those the little jet screens? What they call them? I don't know what they call them, those screen passes.
Yeah.
I've seen more tight ends miss blocks on cornerback.
Okay.
And safety, like you got to at least hit the little guy.
Hold
that.
I
don't miss the block on a little guy.
Hold that, because we want to talk technicalities here with that in a second. Like you mentioned, we're going to pay some bills, but we're going to come back and hold that thought on not missing the block on the corners and how that's impactful from 5-yard gains to maybe take it into the house. You're with Riffin with Raff AD. We have former Nebraska tight end William Washington with us. We'll be right back.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels and Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batstoRats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
Mike Schaefer here for Trek CBD. Springtime is here, and that means you're outside more in nice weather and maybe even having garage parties with neighbors. The drink of this spring and summer isn't your typical seltzer. It's drinkable Delta 8. Yep, Trek CBD has drinkable Delta 8 seltzers with mango and lime flavors for 4-packs and 12-packs, coming in a variety of mango, watermelon, lime, and berry. They also have hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups to put in your beverages, and as always, the excellent Delta 8 gummies. Trek CBD, CBD done right.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rob Rhodes, a Nebraska family practice physician. Are you or someone you love at risk of an opioid overdose? Get the free Opie Rescue app for your phone. Opie Rescue can guide you through the steps of how to respond to an opioid overdose. Be Opie ready. Download Opie Rescue today.
Paid for by the CDC. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
Are you sick of mindlessly running on a treadmill or the lack of motivation to consistently work out? Whatever your challenge, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping can help. Whether you want to lose weight, boost energy, or simply improve your overall health, you'll fit right in at Farrell's regardless of age or abilities. Build endurance with their kickboxing and strength training group fitness classes while also getting nutrition coaching. Try Farrell's now for a free week. Visit fxblincoln.com or call Jeff at 402-310-4026. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
In today's day and age, people are trying to do more and more projects by themselves. That might be better on the wallet, but it can also lead to painful sounds like this. Ow! Poor guy, trying to do wiring all by himself. Let's have another listen. It's just not worth it. Don't hurt yourself or make things worse than they are already. For any of your electric needs, call Joe at Ambition Electric Day at 402-217-3415 or go to ambitionelectric.com.
Now back to Riffin with Raff and AD on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. The fastest 2 hours of the week, riffing with Raff and AD with Big William Washington, who I have coined the greatest blocking tight end in Nebraska history. So with that comes a lot of physicality. So Will, I got to ask you another question. In your years in Nebraska, how many penalties did you have called against you?
I played 4 years, played a lot of plays, and I had one penalty.
That is from the greatest blocking tight end in
One
Nebraska
penalty.
football history. And can you tell the story of your one penalty and what happened the play after?
It was my senior year against the University of Washington out there at their stadium, which was so loud because it sat on the lake, I believe, and the wind was blowing, and you could hear the person next to you. And so we were mostly going on the silent count, and we're down in the stands, and somebody on their defense said, "Hut." For some reason, I heard it, and I took off. And so I'm totally upset because in high school and in college, I never had a penalty. And that was my goal, to get through this without a penalty, and that happened. And so the next play, I took it out on the linebacker, and Calvin Jones cuts off me and goes 70-something yards for a touchdown. I'm still mad about that penalty, though.
Well, but you think about that, though. You had one penalty your entire collegiate career, and was based off basically what should have been a penalty on them, for mimicking, a hut like that, a call.
Yeah.
That is phenomenal to think about that.
And I was going against all Americans, all conference players, all the time. I wasn't going against, I was going against some great players, a lot played in the NFL, and only one penalty.
Wasn't Steve Ettman on that team for Washington?
Oh,
that defensive tackle.
I think he may have been there or gone. No, DeMarco Farr was there.
DeMarco Farr. There you go.
Yeah.
Then they have Napoleon Kaufman as well.
Yeah, they ran out of juice up there, so he had to go. I'm just saying.
So we got a couple texts on the text line that came in on the Sartor Heyman text line, 402-464-5685. We have got Gabe, your cousin Gabe, just wanted to say great interview, and you're doing a great job. So
and
appreciate it. That's Gabe. And then we got Hogan, who he just wanted to know who are some of the games that stuck out to you, and we kind of covered that with the biggest win and the biggest loss. And then JP texted in, and he was wanting to know about the Citrus Bowl and what your feelings about that game were.
Good question.
Citrus Bowl,
Georgia Tech.
I think that we had checked out as a team somewhere during the Oklahoma game, the game before our last season game. We got blown out by OU, and I think we had checked out mentally and emotionally as a team after Mickey got hurt.
Right.
And I was hurt for that game for the most part. I had a stress fracture I didn't know about at the time, but I was getting through the rest of the season, hurt his third game of the season. And Chris Garrett was coming back from a broken ankle, so we weren't supposed to play. And somehow I got in for one or two plays and ended up being on the backside on the bootleg and caught a long touchdown pass.
I remember that.
my first touchdown pass, like there was no limp or nothing after that. I don't know what happened.
I thought your leg was broke. I'm good.
I blew by. His name was Ken Swilling.
Yep, Swilling.
Right by it.
And he played years in the pros, man.
Yeah, went right by it.
Number one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and so it was just one of those things, and that was a crazy. I think everybody on that defense got drafted. That defense was outstanding.
That was a sick
for
defense.
talent, but I think just mentally as a team, we had checked out.
Here's a good one. I just read that Ken Swilling Jr. has just committed to Georgia Tech.
Really?
Yeah.
His son.
Yep. Pretty wild.
Wow.
Well, I wish there was a William Washington Jr. to go run by his son, but that's not going to happen. That's not happening anytime soon.
Well, you think, like I said, I want to think about this too. You think about now, as we wrap this up, this time goes by so daggum fast. We definitely got to have you back on. But right now, you look at the wild, wild west of the NIL money. And you mentioned earlier in the interview to where you were offered money and you have, I don't even want to know the name of the coaches that were telling you, well, my job's on the line. They're going to, first of all, to try to put that burden on a 18-year-old kid is ridiculous. Yeah. But now you look at how the game has all changed with all the money that's available. Real quick, what would it take for you to come here financially if it was right now?
Say it again.
What would it take for you with the NIL money being available? How much do you think you would take for you to come to Nebraska money-wise if it was available now?
The most they can give me.
Big Will.
That's the dancing girl at the party. I want the money. Give me that. Looking back on it now, it's a business.
Yes,
and
it
I
is.
think you're a freshman. Back when I was playing, when you're a freshman and sophomore, you're happy to be there. But by the time you're a junior and senior, you realize this is big business. Even
That's
back
right.
then, it was big business.
It's a business. Big
It was
Will.
made with business. And so you are a business, and you go to college to make money.
That's right.
So, yeah, give me the money.
Will, we appreciate you, brother. We'll definitely have you back on again.
Springtime is here, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480